If your ankles look normal in the morning but puffy by night, your body may be holding extra fluid. You may see deep sock marks, your shoes may feel tighter after dinner, your legs may feel heavy, stretched, or tired, even if you did not walk very far. Food will not fix every kind of swelling. If one leg suddenly swells, feels painful, red, or warm, or if swelling comes with chest pain or trouble breathing, get medical help. But for everyday puffiness that slowly builds by evening, the right foods may help your body hold less water, calm swelling, and support better blood flow. Number 7. Tomatoes. They may look too simple to help, but that is why they work well for this list. You do not need a special recipe or a big diet change to start using them. You can add tomatoes to eggs in the morning, put them in a sandwich at lunch, or mix them into beans, fish, chicken, soup, or salad at dinner. They make food taste fresher without needing a lot of salt, and that matters when your ankles swell by the end of the day. Salt is one of the biggest food triggers for fluid buildup. The part of salt called sodium tells your body to hold on to water. When you eat too much sodium, that water often shows up where gravity pulls it, down in your feet and ankles. Fresh tomatoes help because they are naturally low in sodium. They also contain lycopene, which is the natural red color in tomatoes. You do not need to remember the word. Just remember that red tomatoes carry plant nutrients that may help support healthier blood vessels. Your blood vessels matter because your legs have to move blood and fluid back up toward your heart. After 60, that job can get harder, especially if you sit for long stretches, stand for hours, or do not move your calf muscles much during the day. When your blood vessels are supported, your body has a better chance to move fluid instead of letting it pool around your ankles. The smart move is not just eating tomatoes. The smart move is using tomatoes to replace saltier foods. Instead of salty sauce, try chopped tomatoes with olive oil, garlic, and herbs. Instead of canned soup loaded with sodium, use fresh tomatoes or a lower salt tomato base. Instead of a dry sandwich with processed meat, add tomato slices and use less salty filling. This is where food starts to make sense for swollen ankles. It is not one magic bite, it is the meal around it. If your lunch is salty and your dinner is salty, your ankles may be the place where your body shows it later. But if you slowly replace salty foods with fresher foods, your body has less reason to hold extra fluid. Be careful with tomato products in cans, jars, or bottles. Tomato juice, pasta sauce, canned soup, and ketchup can be packed with sodium. A tomato can be good for you, while a salty tomato product can work against you. Fresh tomatoes are the easy win. If you buy packaged tomato foods, read the label and choose lower sodium options when you can. Tomatoes will not shrink puffy ankles overnight, but they help you build meals that are fresher, lighter, and less salty. For ankles that puff up every evening, that is a good place to start. Number 6. Berries. This is a good option when you still want something sweet at night, but you do not want to reach for the kind of snack that leaves you feeling heavy later. Blueberries, strawberries, blackberries, and raspberries are full of color. That color is a clue that they contain natural plant compounds that help protect the body from stress and irritation. When people hear the word inflammation, they often think of a red cut or a swollen knee. But inflammation can also be quieter. It can mean your body is irritated on the inside for too long. When that happens, your blood vessels may not work as smoothly, and swelling can feel worse. Berries do not work like water pills. They do not force fluid out of your body. Their job is gentler. They give you fiber, water, and plant nutrients without loading you up with sodium. Many evening snacks do the opposite. Crackers, chips, packaged cookies, and snack bars can bring extra salt or sugar right when your body should be calming down for the night. Salt can make you hold water, and too much sugar can add more stress to the body. A bowl of berries gives you something sweet without turning into a salty snack. You can eat berries with plain yogurt, put them on oatmeal, add them to cottage cheese, or keep frozen berries in the freezer so they are ready when you need them. If chewing is hard, warm frozen berries for a minute until they soften. They turn almost like a sauce, and they taste good over oatmeal or yogurt without needing syrup. The mistake is turning berries into dessert and pretending it is the same thing. Blueberry pie is not the same as blueberries. Strawberry jam is not the same as strawberries. The helpful part is the whole fruit, not the sugar around it. This matters because a lot of swollen ankle problems are not caused by one terrible meal. They come from small choices repeated every day. A few salty crackers here, a packaged cookie there, a frozen dinner at night, and suddenly your body has more salt and sugar than it knows what to do with. Berries give you an easy swap. They do not make you feel like you are giving up everything. They still taste sweet, but they support your body better than a processed snack. Berries are best for the person who wants something sweet at night, but does not want to wake up feeling heavy, puffy, and uncomfortable. They help replace worse snacks, and that replacement matters. Number 5. Cherries. This one works because it does not feel like a chore. It gives you something sweet while still fitting the goal of helping your body feel less heavy. Many older adults do not just have puffy ankles. Their ankles also feel tight, sore, or stiff. Maybe the swelling is worse after standing. Maybe your shoes rub more at night. Maybe your feet feel tender when you walk across the room. Cherries, especially dark cherries and tart cherries, contain plant compounds that may help calm inflammation. In simple words, inflammation means the body is irritated. When the body stays irritated for too long, swelling and soreness can feel worse. This does not mean cherries fix serious edema. Edema is the medical word for swelling caused by fluid. If that swelling comes from heart trouble, kidney trouble, a blood clot, or a medication side effect, cherries are not the answer. But if your ankles get puffy along with general aches and body irritation, anti-inflammatory foods can support the bigger picture. Cherries also help because they can replace late-night sweets. A lot of people want something sweet after dinner, but cookies, cakes, and packaged desserts often come with extra sugar and processed ingredients. They may taste good for a few minutes, but they do not help a body that already feels heavy. Whole cherries give sweetness, water, fiber, and helpful plant nutrients. Fresh cherries are great when they are in season. Frozen cherries also work, as long as they have no added sugar. Tart cherry juice is popular, but be careful with it. Juice is easy to overdo because you can drink a lot quickly. It can also raise blood sugar in some people. If you have diabetes or blood sugar problems, whole cherries are usually a better choice, and you should ask your doctor before adding juice at night. For swollen ankles, the point is not that cherries act like medicine. The point is that less salty snacking, less processed sugar, and more anti-inflammatory foods may help your body feel less puffy over time. This is the kind of change that feels small, but it can change the whole evening. Instead of eating something that leaves you thirsty and heavy, you eat something sweet that also gives your body water, fiber, and plant nutrients. That is a better trade for someone whose feet already feel tight by bedtime. One bowl will not erase years of swelling, but repeated small choices can help your body stop fighting itself every day. Cherries are useful because they feel enjoyable, and a food plan is easier to keep when it does not feel like punishment. Number 4. Extra virgin olive oil. This one works quietly. It does not drain fluid by itself, but it can make the rest of your swelling-friendly meals easier to repeat. A lot of swelling-friendly eating is not only about adding new foods, it is also about replacing foods that make the body hold more fluid. Creamy dressings, salty sauces, fried foods, butter-heavy meals, and processed oils can make inflammation and sodium intake worse. Extra virgin olive oil gives you a better option. It has healthy fats and plant nutrients that are linked with lower inflammation. It is also a major part of the Mediterranean style of eating, which is often connected with heart and blood vessel health. Your blood vessels matter when your ankles puff up. Gravity pulls fluid down to your feet all day. To move that fluid back up, your body needs healthy veins, moving calf muscles, and good circulation. Food cannot replace walking, leg movement, compression, or medical care, but it can support the system instead of adding more stress. Olive oil works best when it helps you use less salt. Drizzle a small amount on cooked vegetables. Use it on salad with lemon or vinegar. Add it to tomatoes, beans, greens, or fish. Mix it with garlic, pepper, and herbs so your food still tastes good without a heavy salty sauce. Where people go wrong is thinking more olive oil means more benefit. Olive oil is still rich in calories, so you do not need to pour it on everything. A small amount can make vegetables and salads taste better. Another mistake is adding olive oil to a meal that is already salty and processed. If dinner is frozen lasagna, deli meat, chips, and salty soup, olive oil will not undo all of that. It helps most when it replaces worse choices. For someone with puffy ankles, the goal is to make dinner lighter on sodium and kinder to blood vessels. Olive oil can help make that kind of food taste normal instead of bland. It also makes other foods on this list easier to eat. Tomatoes taste better with olive oil. Greens taste better with olive oil. Fish cooks well with olive oil. Healthy food only helps if you actually enjoy eating it. That is why olive oil earns its place here. It is not about taking a spoonful and expecting your ankles to shrink. It is about using it to make better meals easier to repeat. If you can enjoy vegetables, fish, tomatoes, and greens with less salt, your body gets a better daily message. Number 3. Fatty fish. This one belongs near the top because it supports the system that has to move blood and fluid out of your lower legs. We are talking about salmon, sardines, trout, mackerel, and tuna. These fish contain omega-3 fats. That term may sound medical, but the idea is simple. Omega-3 fats are healthy fats that help the body stay calmer inside. Puffy ankles are often fluid buildup, but fluid does not happen in isolation. Your blood vessels, heart, kidneys, muscles, and daily food choices all play a role. If your body is more inflamed, or if your circulation is not working well, your ankles may feel heavier by the end of the day. Fatty fish supports the heart and blood vessels. Blood has to travel from your feet back up toward your heart, and this is harder than blood moving downward because it has to fight gravity. Your calf muscles help pump it, and your veins help guide it. When that system struggles, fluid can pool in the lower legs. One of the best parts of fish is what it can replace. Many people over 60 eat ham, bacon, sausage, deli meat, hot dogs, or frozen meat meals because they are quick. Those foods can be very salty, and salty meats can make the body hold more water. Fresh or frozen fish gives you protein without that same salt load. Canned sardines or tuna can work too, but choose lower sodium options when possible. A simple meal could be salmon with greens, sardines with tomatoes, or tuna mixed with olive oil, lemon, and herbs instead of a salty dressing. This does not have to be fancy, it just has to be better than another processed meat meal. The common mistake is counting fried fish as the same thing. Fried fish from a restaurant may come with a lot of salt, breading, and heavy oil. That can work against the reason we chose fish in the first place. Choose baked, grilled, steamed, or lower sodium canned fish when you can. If you take blood thinners, have a fish allergy, or have been told to limit certain seafood, ask your doctor. Also, do not start high-dose fish oil pills without guidance. This section is about food. Fatty fish earns this spot because it helps with inflammation, protein, and blood vessel support. All of that connects to heavy, puffy legs. For the viewer, the easiest way to use this is simple. Replace one salty meat meal with fish once or twice a week. That is it. You do not need to become perfect. You just need to give your body fewer salty meals and more foods that support blood flow. Number 2. Avocado. This one is useful because it makes low-salt meals feel less boring. Too much salt can make your body hold water. Potassium helps balance sodium. You do not need to remember a long science lesson. Just remember this. If your meals are high in salty foods and low in potassium-rich foods, your body may hold more fluid and your ankles may show it first. Avocado is rich in potassium. It also has healthy fats and fiber, which makes it filling without needing a salty sauce. A lot of seniors are told to cut salt, but nobody tells them what to eat instead. So they eat bland food for a few days, hate it, and go back to normal. Avocado helps because it makes lower salt meals feel satisfying. You can add avocado to eggs, salad, beans, fish, chicken, toast, or a simple bowl with vegetables. It gives creaminess without needing processed cheese, salty dressing, or packaged dips. That is where avocado becomes practical. It helps you build meals that are higher in potassium, lower in sodium, and better for blood vessels. It is not magic, but it can move the meal in the right direction. Avocado needs a serious warning, though. Some people should not increase potassium without medical advice. If you have kidney disease, heart failure, or take certain blood pressure pills, water pills, or potassium supplements. Too much potassium can be dangerous. Your kidneys help control potassium. If they are not working well, potassium can build up in the blood. So do not hear this as, everyone should eat lots of avocado. Hear it as, if potassium-rich foods are safe for you, avocado can be useful for fluid balance. Keep it simple. Half an avocado with lunch. A few slices in a salad. Mashed avocado instead of a salty spread. Add lemon, pepper, herbs, tomato, or onion instead of pouring on salt. The mistake is turning avocado into a salty snack. If you eat it with salted chips, salty seasoning, and processed toppings, you lose part of the benefit. Avocado is powerful because it helps with the salt and fluid side of swelling. That is one of the biggest reasons ankles get puffy by night. It also solves a real problem. Most people do not fail because they do not know salt is bad for swelling. They fail because low-salt meals feel boring. Avocado makes those meals feel creamy, filling, and easier to stick with. Number 1. Leafy greens. This one deserves the top spot because it is simple, flexible, and easy to add to dinner without adding much salt. We are talking about spinach, kale, collard greens, Swiss chard, romaine, and similar greens. You do not need to eat every kind, you only need to find one or two that you can enjoy. Leafy greens are naturally low in sodium, they can be rich in potassium and magnesium, they also contain plant nutrients that support blood vessels. That is a strong mix for swollen ankles. If your body is holding too much water, salt may be part of the problem. Greens help because they add a lot of food to your plate without adding much sodium. If your blood vessels are under stress, greens help because they bring nutrients that support vessel health. If your legs feel heavy by evening, greens help because they fit into a way of eating that may calm inflammation over time. This is why leafy greens should not be treated like a boring health lecture. For this topic, they are a real swelling support food. Think about a common dinner: canned soup, deli meat, crackers, frozen meals, or salty sides. These foods are easy, but they can load the body with sodium. If you eat that way often, your ankles may show it at night. Now picture adding cooked spinach with garlic and olive oil, a romaine salad with tomatoes or kale stirred into a low-salt soup. Nothing fancy, just more real food and less salt. Greens also help because they crowd out the foods that make swelling worse. If part of your plate is greens, there is less room for another salty side. Where people go wrong is cooking greens in a way that adds too much salt back in. Many people cook greens with ham, bacon, salted broth, or seasoning blends. That may taste familiar, but if your ankles are already puffy, it can work against you. Use garlic, onion, lemon, vinegar, pepper, herbs, or a little olive oil instead. And just like avocado, greens need a potassium warning. If you have kidney disease or have been told to limit potassium, ask your doctor before increasing spinach, Swiss chard, or other high-potassium greens. Leafy greens are number 1 because they are simple, affordable, and flexible. They can help lower sodium, bring helpful minerals, support blood vessels, and calm inflammation. If your ankles puff up every night, food is not the only answer. You may also need more movement, leg elevation, compression socks, a medication review, or medical care, but food is one of the easiest places to start. The goal is not to eat perfectly. The goal is to stop feeding the swelling every day. Start with one meal. Maybe you add tomatoes and olive oil to lunch. Maybe you replace a salty snack with berries. Maybe you add greens to dinner instead of another processed side. You do not have to fix your whole diet in one day. Many people try to solve swelling with one huge change, then quit because it feels too hard. A better plan is to make the next meal a little less salty and a little more helpful than the last one. If you do that again tomorrow, your body starts getting a different message. Fresh tomatoes instead of salty sauces. Berries instead of packaged snacks. Cherries instead of heavy desserts. Olive oil instead of creamy salty dressing. Fatty fish instead of processed meat. Avocado if potassium is safe for you. Leafy greens instead of another salty side. Small changes repeated each day can help your body hold less fluid and feel less heavy over time. And remember, swelling is not always harmless. If one leg suddenly swells, or your leg is painful, red, or warm, call your doctor right away. If swelling comes with chest pain, shortness of breath, or trouble breathing while lying down, get emergency help. Now we want to hear from you. Which one will you try first? Tomatoes, berries, cherries, olive oil, fatty fish, avocado, or leafy greens? Tell us in the comments below. We read every single one. And if this video helped you, please give it a like and subscribe so you do not miss what we cover next. Thanks for watching.